Your light recording. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bold and Beautiful Voices. I am your host, Felicia. Before we dive into today's topic, we want you to know that we are not experts in the topics that we discuss. We are individuals who come together to share our perspectives, our experience, and opinions. Our goal is to create a space where we can have open and honest conversations about real life issues and hopes that it can help someone who's going through similar things. Now that we've got that out of the way, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, please do so. Bold and Beautiful Voices. So, here today, our guest, she was born and raised in Pensacola, Florida. She's a mother of five, grandmother of one. She's a proud business owner and a loving, caring wife. Help me welcome Miss Tequila. Hi, Tequila.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us today. I know it's Friday and it can be busy. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to jump on this podcast with me. So how's it been going?
Pretty good. I can't complain.
That's great. That's great. So we're gonna dive into some ice breaking questions. Okay.
Sure.
What's your favorite way to spend a weekend?
With my family, just riding and enjoying the weather when it's permittable.
Okay. Do you have any hobbies that you really enjoy doing?
Wouldn't say it's a hobby, but I love to shop.
So what kind of shopping do you like to do?
Oh, of course, therapeutic shopping, anything on sale.
Hey, I'm with you. That's why we get along because I love a good sale. I go straight to the clearance rack.
Of course.
If you can visit any place in the world, where would it be?
Africa.
And why Africa?
I know they got this thing where it's always you need to go back where you came from. Of course, we know a lot of us didn't come from there, even our ancestors. But I do want to go to the motherland and just see how beautiful it truly is.
Yes. I've seen pictures and it do look beautiful. What's your favorite type of music?
Um, R&B.
R&B. Favorite singer?
Keep Sweat.
Keith Sweat. So you like all the crying?
Look, big me.
Do you have a favorite food?
Mexican tacos.
So how often you can eat that?
I can eat it every day if my family would let me, but of course I'm down to maybe every other week.
Oh goodness, tell them you need your tacos daily.
Definitely.
Okay, so do you prefer mornings or evenings?
Mornings.
Why mornings?
I'm a morning person. Once I'm up, I'm up. So I can pretty much go, and then about 8, 9 o'clock, I'm winding down. I'm ready to go to sleep. So I'm not really a night person.
Yeah, I'm not much of a morning person. Never been. I'm still working on it. Almost 40 years of my life, and I just can't. I can't be a morning person. So maybe you can give me some of your techniques to help me get up on time because I struggle big time.
Once you get up, just don't lay down. Just keep going.
Well, when that bed is warm and it's cold in the house, it's hard to do that.
Okay.
Okay, are you more of an outdoor or indoor person?
Ooh. I can say I used to be an outdoor person in my younger age, but now that I've gotten older, I'm more of a homebody, so indoors.
Yeah, I think I'm in between. I'm more leaning towards a homebody as well, but like I do enjoy like say if I'm just coming home from work and I'll sit in the car for like an hour, just on my phone or just talking to the neighbors. That's just something that I enjoy. But as far as like being out in the big crowds, I used to like it, but now it's scary.
Exactly.
Like yesterday, I was at graduation and I was looking around and I was like, oh, he looks suspect. Just stereotyping people because all of the shooting and all the stuff that's going on, it just make you.
Yeah, make you second guess a whole lot of things, and you shouldn't even have to feel like that at a graduation. But with the
Yes.
way things are going in the world now, it's like you don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know. What's a piece of advice you learned that stuck with you?
Basically, I learned that nothing's given to you. You know, you can't expect for nobody to give you nothing, and nobody owes you anything. So I was always told, if you don't grind, you don't eat. So that's always stuck with me.
Yeah, and that's a good piece of advice because a lot of people think that they're entitled just for us to get them stuff, and I hate that. It can go for family, um, your kids, because I know my kids,
Hmm.
Elijah feel entitled. Whatever she want, I should be able to give it to her,
Most
and
definitely.
that can be hard at times. So that's a great piece of advice. Just especially with the kids, with teaching them that hey, you got to work for this. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, I thought you could.
Oh.
But yeah, that is because even with my 10-year old, she think if she want it, I'm supposed to go get it.
Hmm.
Not understanding that you got some kids out there that can't do that.
Yep.
So I've been trying to break her out of that and teach her that, nothing's owed to you. You got to earn stuff.
Yes. I've been doing the same thing. I've been making Alasia do little chores around the house. I got her a little green light card where
Mhm.
like if she complete her chores for the whole week, I'll add like $5 or $10 on there. Then she appreciated more. Like I took her in the store and her total came up to be like $30 and she had like $50. And she was like, well, if I spend this, I'm not gonna have nothing but $20. So when they're spending their own money, they're gonna second think like, I don't think I want this. But if
Exactly.
we if we're spending our money, guess what? They don't care.
Exactly.
They do not care. So we're gonna jump into the topic for today, getting to know people beyond assumptions. That's a deep topic, huh?
Very.
Getting to know people beyond assumption. And in my younger days, I used to stereotype people, and I ain't even gonna lie. And I'm pretty sure everybody have done that. And if they say they haven't, they lied. But as you get older, you mature and you just look at things differently. So, can you share a personal story where you were stereotyped?
Okay, well, I would say personally, me, I'm stereotype all the time, because I'm not always walking around smiling. That doesn't mean I'm in a bad mood or I'm mad or anything. But people see me, and the first thing they say, "Well, smile. It can't be that bad." It's not bad at all. I mean, I'm just not that person that's just walking around with a big smile on my face all the time. So a lot of time, people think I'm either angry, I'm mad, or I'm stuck up, and that's not the case.
Mhm. Do you ever, when that happens, do you ever like second guess yourself, like try to go back and fix it or fake smiling just to make somebody happy? Because a lot of people do that. A person can be like, you act like you just ready to kill the world, and they'll go back and try to correct it to make seem to be all happy and something, but in reality they're not. So have you ever done that?
No, I haven't because I've never been that fake person. I'm gonna be me regardless. So once you get to know me, then you know me. But if you don't know me, you just assuming that I'm just this stuck up person or I just have an attitude, then hey, you're lost because I'm gonna be me. I gotta stay true to myself. I can't change myself for somebody else.
That's great because a lot of people do. What are some effective ways to start a conversation with someone new without stereotyping them?
Um, Not sure. Just basically a simple hello, how you doing? And sometimes that'll get the conversation going. Cause hey, sometimes people just need a person to ask them how they doing to even get to talk. And they may be going through something and just waiting on that person to say, just speak so they can
Mhm.
release that. So
Yes.
just a simple hello sometimes will do it.
Yes, and you just never know what that hello can open up. The doors that it can open up because that person may be on the edge of breaking, and just hey, how you doing? Can just change their thought of thinking.
True.
So that's great. I used to not be a social person, but I know the times where I was going through things and people, hey, how you doing? It brought me back right instead of going left. So those little, hey, how you doing? those look, questions can, make a person feel so much better. Can you share a story where you got to know someone who turned out to be very different from your initial assumption? Like, say if someone told you something about someone, but you had to get to know them yourself. Can you share a story about that?
Well, me personally, my personal experience, if you don't mind me saying, it actually was you.
Mhm.
When I first met you, I had already heard about you. Um, I kept an open mind, of course, because that's just who I am. So initially, when we started working out, I already kind of knew who you were or knew of who you supposed to been.
Mhm.
But once I got to know you, you were actually way different than what I actually had heard. So I would say you.
Wow, that's crazy because a lot of people, and I get that a lot from people, stuck up, gold digger, and the list goes on. And I'm like, where is these people getting this stuff about me from? I think I'm the most caring person that a person can be connected to, and a people you can't go off of what someone else say about you,
Okay.
because when a person judge someone else, come to someone else talking about them, they need to be asked, well, what did you do to her to make her, to make you judge her like that? So getting to know people beyond other people's opinions or assumptions, is very good because you just never know. And now we have the tightest relationship. Like, I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I'm glad that you did, took it upon yourself to get to know me on your own beyond what anybody else had to say.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will roll with it. They'll be like, oh, how can you sit back and not like someone because someone else don't like them?
True. I've never been that person though. I've always been that person that'll give somebody the benefit of the doubt. You have to cross me or you have to show me different for me to be like, okay, she is what they said she was, or however the case may be. But
Mhm.
me personally, I'm going to give you that benefit of the doubt unless you show me different.
Exactly. And that's great. And I wish more people would be like that. How do you think social media influence assumptions we make about other people?
Because the first thing people do when you post something is assume that you're talking about yourself or it's something that you're going through in your life. When sometimes it's just what it is. It's social media. Sometimes I see something I might like and I share it. Or sometimes you see something that you don't like and you still share it and they automatically assume that, okay, her and her guy must not be together or she's this or she's that because of what you're posting. But it's social media, it's entertainment. Sometimes I'm just sharing what I like, not
Mhm.
as actually what I'm going through. So a lot of time people make assumption of what you're posting when, hey, this might not even be about my life. It's just, I just like it.
Yes. So have you ever questioned anything as far as like what I posted? Like have anything like I posted ever like, let me call and see what's up with her. Cause
Oh
she's
yeah.
posting.
Oh yeah. You done posted something. I'd be like, yeah, I'm finna call her. Let me see what's going on with this. And hey, sometimes it might be dead on the money. Sometimes it's like, girl, no. But hey, I'm gonna ask.
Yes, and you need more people like that. If you want to know something, you ask. Either I
Exactly.
can say I can tell you, or I can say none of your business. That's not your business. So that's a great way of communication. Communication is very important, especially in relationship and friendships and all the way around the world. I don't think that people can get through life without good communicating. So if you see something differently, or if you see a person acting differently, why not ask them, hey, what's up? What's going on?
Okay.
Simple.
Just a simple, are you okay?
Yeah. Have you ever judged someone based off their online profile?
Yeah. I can't say I haven't. If I did, I would be lying. So yes, I definitely have. I mean, and it's typically people that have added me and I don't know.
Mhm.
And so I mean the only thing I can do is judge you off of what you're posting because I really don't know you.
Yes.
So yes, I have.
So can you give us a story about you judging someone off of their profile?
Ooh.
I mean, you don't have to share any names or anything, but just give
Of
us.
course not. I would never do that. So basically, I've seen an individual, and I see them post stuff all the time. And a lot of people are commenting or liking it or whatever. And then but then when you see them posting or in person, they're a totally different person than what they're actually posting. So I guess I would go in that sense of saying,
Mhm.
without getting too deep into what it was, because somebody will be on here like, "Ooh, I know exactly who she's talking about."
Yeah. People do that all the time. They try to read through the lines of stuff, and it's so funny that you say that about, because a lot of people, I know when I was going through my dark valley with the loss of my kid's father, and I went to social media not too much as far as like sharing my business, just like sort of kind of venting and missing, and somebody in the group chat would screenshot messages about what I post. Oh, she doing bad, or look at her, And I'm like, wow, people really got some problems going on. Like, why would you do people like that? And also, if you in this group with these people, you're screenshotting what they're saying, but what are you saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's just crazy. I wish that us, as far as like women, black women in general, would just do better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just want to see you down and see you doing bad, and they laugh on it, not knowing that at any second that can be you.
Exactly. And a lot of people, they feed off of other people's misery. That's why the saying is misery love company. Because if they assume, I don't try to surround myself around people like that, because if you're excited about somebody else's misery, I can only imagine what you're praying on my downfall.
Yes. Yes. I've never been that type of person that, oh, she's going through this now, because that easily can be one of us. And I
Correct.
just wish that, the thinking can just go differently. That's why you got to surround yourself with positive people. You got to surround yourself with like-minded people. Are you still going to be just stuck in that little era, not getting nowhere, bitter? Like I've seen some people that don't even know that I know the conversations that they had about me, and they just look so bitter and just so miserable. And I just smile, wave, and keep going. And when I walk off, I always say, I wonder what they saying about me. I just simply killed them with kindness, and that's what you got to do to people like that. You got to kill them with kindness.
Yeah, because they don't know where you're coming from. If you giving them attitude, then they already know that you're angry, and they new saying is you're pressed. No,
Yes,
boo, I'm not pressed. So now I'm gonna kill you with kindness, so you don't know where I'm coming from.
yes. So, do you think your family have a certain assumption about you?
I do. I definitely do. Mostly my kids, um, they think I'm Superwoman. And yeah, I put that cape on a long time ago when they were little bitty kids. And yes, their father has always been here. But of course, first thing they do is come to mama.
Hmm.
So I put that cape on, and now they think ain't nothing mama can't do. So yeah, they think I'm Superwoman.
Yeah. So, how do that make you feel at times? Because I know with me, I get overwhelmed. I want to give up, and I'm like, I just want to be Felicia. I don't want to be mama. I don't want to be boss. I don't want to be sister. I don't want to be none of that stuff. I just want to be me. So, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it definitely make me feel overwhelming, but at the same time, it gives me that drive sometimes that I really need to keep going, because
Mhm.
I know I got that title on my back that I'm Superwoman. So I just have to keep going and keep pushing to be that woman that they know me to be. So, I mean, sometimes it's overwhelming, but it's just that extra push that I need.
Yes, they certainly can be that, especially when we're down. And I think personally that us women, we go through so much. And then, the littlest thing, even though if the kids are getting on our nerve or something, the I love you, mama, or I'm the hug, we
Yeah.
power back up. So we be needing that sometimes. So what are some strategies that we can use to break down stereotyping people in our daily lives? What are some things people can do besides stereotyping people?
Try to get to know them. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Stop stereotyping until you get to know somebody. I mean, I can look at you all day and assume and make assumptions and stereotype you all day, and you could be that totally different person. So just get to know the person before, you know, making stereotypes about them.
Yes, let me share a story with me with you guys. So someone came into my office and they wanted to do a job application, right? And I can tell that they wanted to say something because of the way they was looking. I don't know why. I can just tell something is on someone's mind when they approach me. But I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, just having casual conversation, just pointing to them on the application what needs to be filled out. You know, asking for a copy of driver license. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So after she filled out the application, she started small talking. And I'm not like a stuck up person. You know, I'm a real person or whatever. So we started talking. And at the end of our conversation, she was like, "You're not what so and so said of you." And I just like giggled. And that's why I say you never go off of what someone say about somebody because you just never know. So I'm gonna tell the world this: if I stop talking to someone, it's a reason. It's a real reason behind it. Like I'm just not gonna stop talking to someone. Like you and I, you know what I'm saying? We may have a different opinion on things, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get mad and just be like, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not messing with her no more. You know what I'm saying? So if I stop talking to someone, it's a real reason behind it. And you guys, you just got to learn to stop judging people, or, you know, stereotyping people, judging people, whatever you call it, and get to know that person yourself. So, Tequila, what are some advice that you can give our listeners about getting to know people beyond assumptions?
Well, I don't really have any advice for anybody, you know, because like we said, I'm not perfect and I'm really not a professional on this topic because I'm kind of like a standoffish person. I'm more of a sit back, watch and observe and get to know people that way instead of approaching people.
Mhm.
So I guess my advice would be, hey, do like I do. I could be in a crowd of a room and I could be quiet and people think I'm just being stuck up or I'm sleepy or whatever the case may be, but I'm just observing the room
Mhm.
and I'm seeing stuff that y'all are missing. So, I mean, hey, sometimes you need to take a step back and just observe.
Yep. And don't assume nothing, you know, ask people, you know, start small talks. It can, you know, that can open up so many doors. Don't just assume because a person can be on their breaking point and, you know, you just stereotyping or, you know, have assumptions about them can just take them off. So just, I would say, just get to know somebody. Hey, how you doing? I'm so and so. Nice to meet you. What do you do? Things like that. So there you have it, the topic for today, getting to know people beyond assumptions with Miss Tequila. Miss Tequila, thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have any last remarks for anybody?
No, I wouldn't say I do. I guess necessarily is a takeaway from this podcast. Stop assuming, stop making assumption of people, and be more open to getting to know people.
That's right. And that's coming from what extrovert, right? That's what you are. You guys, she is not a people's person, okay? But she did very good. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for being on the podcast, Miss Tequila.
Thank you again for having me.
You're welcome. And if you guys haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, please do so now. Bold and Beautiful Voices. Stay tuned for the next episode.